Hey, it's so peaceful. Now, this is another sort of higher status dwelling. So we'll have a look in there. I think it's a gatehouse, actually. Ooh, look at the garden. Like I say, the gardens are not looking their best because it's February. Don't let the sunshine deceive you. Okay, is it shut?
And under pressure, it took them years to agree to it, but in 1815 they started the project to and they employed an engineer called Thomas Telford to re-engineer the room. And it took till 1830 to do it. But they, at the end of the project they built these cottages and employed bookkeepers, and the money went back to the government. So they got some money back in for road maintenance, which was run by the government. The rest was run by two trusts or local parishes.
Hello. You're right, hi there.
And it
Nice
was,
and
it was designed by Thomas Telford. And
I noticed the procurement book looks very modern. Is it in
no, it's
is it the original book?
it was reconstructed from the original
Yes.
materials. One or two bits were replaced. I guess.
Yeah.
It was brought here in 90 because it was going to get demolished for
Yes.
road widening. So wisely, the council offered it to the museum. Brought here, volunteers took it, so they went back in the right order because so they fitted the shape of the room. Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Yeah.
So this is where I'm walking. Okay, so I'm now going to do the kind of walk part of it. There is a little, well, it used to be, I think it was like a little canal. I think we'll go and have a look. So I think you just follow this round and carry on walking, and then you climb a little steep hill, and then you eventually get there. So we've seen a poorhouse, the squatter's cottage, and we've seen some more well-to-do establishments, I think you can say. And you can certainly see the contrast. I'm a little bit disappointed the squatter's cottage wasn't open, because it's really interesting to go in and just to see how they lived, because obviously you've seen, you know, the rich people with their quilts and all that kind of thing. But it's good to see, I think, a contrast between the wealthy and the poor in the Victorian era. So I'm going to turn the camera around because there's something interesting to show you. Okay, let's take a look. It is St Chaos Mission Church. Let's go and take a look inside. Okay, so this, if I poke the camera over the top, it's the Mission Church. Wow. And there's like a big gate here, so I can't get in. But yes, this is the Mission Church, and it's made of tin, metal. There's an old miner's wheel. It is beautiful. Okay, this, remember I said there was a steep hill? It's called the Incline Plane. Now, the incline railway that I showed you, the little lift that takes you up and down, I'm not sure if it's working. We'll go up and take a look. Okay, so I've made it. After a short walk in the woods, you get to the incline, and this is a railway that I think used to take coal or materials, raw materials, up and down the embankment. Just met a lovely man and had a little chat about YouTube and being a vlogger. Who'd have thought? Because one of the school children that walked by asked if I had a YouTube channel, and I was like, yes I do. So they cheered. It was quite funny. Okay, we're nearly at the top now, and I'll turn around and show you. Wow, it really is an incline. Let's go all the way up. Wow, look at that. It really is amazing. It's really, really high up. I didn't realise how high I was walking, and then obviously the last bit you have to go up some steps. But wow, it's incredible. I love it. Did you know, before the steam engine at the top was installed, a team of men and horses had to pull the heavier loads up the slope? Wow, so there must have been some kind of pulley system to help pull it up. I thought it was something to do with steam. But yes, a steam pulley system. Look at the view. Okay, so I'm now on the walk at the top, and this little dip here, it used to have water in it. In fact, I think it still does if you look very, very carefully. You can still see the glint of water. I think it's just very, very low. I remember coming here once and there was ducks on it. So it definitely had water on it at one point. But yes, I'm just going to carry on walking along the top, and I know where it takes me. It takes me to the other side of the town where the incline rail lift is, and we'll see if we can go on it. If we can, I will. If I can't, I can't. But it would be nice to come back here and do a part 2 when it's summer, so that we can see all the flowers and all the bulbs up and all that kind of thing. And also to maybe see some of the attractions that aren't open, like the fairground. The Victorian Fair is lovely, and I wish it was open. I was kind of hoping it would be because it's sunny, but I think they're literally just, it's too much just to get it out for a few days. So we'll have to come back. And we've come to an old lock, a lock gate. So there you can see the lock, and here you can actually see the water. So I wasn't telling fibs, there is water in it. You just really can't see because it looks very green and kind of overgrown. But that's okay, the water is still there. Oh look, they've put nest boxes for the birds, which I think is a really lovely touch. You see them dotted around on the trees from place to place, or from tree to tree, which I think is a really nice thing to do. The building you can see in front is the incline lift shed, the very, very top of it. So I'm going to see if it's working. If not, it might be a steep flight of steps down. I'm not sure if there's another way down. I don't want to walk back the same way that I came. Okay, there's some proper water that's not overgrown. And reed beds, which is why I said there was ducks, because we know that ducks and things like to live in reeds. Okay, please be open. If not, I don't know where I'm going. So the Victorian town is down there through the trees, if you look very carefully. Okay, I've got a feeling it's not working. I've not heard it working. There are people walking off in the distance, so maybe that's the way out. I don't know. Out of service. So yes, this is the Bliss Hill incline lift, and it is most definitely not in service. I'm not sure if you can see through the window or not. No, you can't see. I think I'm going to carry on walking and see where it takes me. Yes, civilization. I'm not stuck in the woods. You can actually get this way. In fact, I remember now. I think I have been here before. Look at the water now. It's clearer. I mean, it's still a bit muddy, murky, but it's there. But at least I haven't got to walk all the way back, because that would be a bit of a trek. So I'm quite happy about that. It's just a really peaceful walk. I mean, obviously in the edit I won't show you the entire walk, it would be too long, but it's really peaceful. The occasional person passes by, you say hello. By the way, Bliss Hill Victorian Town is dog friendly. I have seen people with dogs, so if you have a dog, you can bring them. So there's obviously the Forest Glen down the bottom. I'm going to definitely pop in there, I think, and see what there is to eat. I think I'm needing a cup of tea. Ooh, is that a Victorian on a bench? I think it's one of the characters, one of the actors having their break. There's an old mining wheel. Okay, it's a gospel car and Sunday school. Ah. Do we have geese and ducks? I think we do. They weren't a figment of my imagination. Wow. Okay, here is an old cottage garden. Look. Now I have seen this in spring. And it does look amazing. They use all the old kind of like twig supports to grow things up. It's a really beautiful garden when it's in season. Bulbs. Okay, I think they're hellebores. And what appears to be fruit bushes. So I'm just walking around where there is a big miner's wheel. Obviously we've reached back into the Victorian town. The water has got a lot better, as you can see, and we are looking towards another original feature of the site. So the buildings across the canal are actually part of the brick and tile works. Oh, look, coal! I could do with that for my fire. That is a massive pile of coal. I really could do with that. Okay, it's a decorative pieces plasterer. Let's go and have a look.
They just left. We've got a warm room around the back. They just left in the living room. And if you do want to pick that up and pick one of them up, you feel a whole difference in the material. And they haven't been fired. If you want to hold down, and you'll see the difference.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much lighter, so much warmer. Because they haven't been fired, it's just been warm in warm temperature. And then they're ready for doing. Obviously they'd have been put up on walls and painted and plastered.
Right.
This discoloured stuff you see around, over 100 years old, it's all the original Victorian plaster work. And it's just become discoloured with age. If it had been on a room, every time you decorated a room, you'd have painted over it so it would still looked as good as the day it was put up. The old dark stuff, as I say, is all the traditional old stuff. You can see this sort of the rack there is the stuff we do, which is copying of the original old stuff. Along the bottom, and this bit here, is just what we do, like modern ideas, using the same method. And we're still doing the same, and everything you see in here has been done exactly the same, same way of doing it. The biggest cost is the original, getting the original one to start, but once you've got a good mould, it's the price is negligible, really, just doing them. And it takes longer to do bits and pieces like the finishing than it does actually to produce them.
I'm now in the photographers, and you can see some postcards of the surrounding area. You can purchase these in the old money or modern money. So let's just take a closer look. There's the Iron Bridge that you've just seen. This is the photography studio, and I do believe you can have your photographs taken. There is the set. So I've now just entered a Victorian terrace house, or rather an example of a Victorian terrace house. This actual row, this little part of the Victorian town is actually built from scratch. These are not reclaimed buildings. But nevertheless, it's really interesting to see how people would have lived years ago, even down to the tablecloth, the lace tablecloth and the piano. I think this is billed as the washroom, so you can see all the different wash paraphernalia. We are in William Huggins' astronomer's house. He's a Victorian astronomer. Look, it's amazing. Look at the table. And the fireplace and Queen Victoria. And the piano. So this must be the bedroom. So I'm now in the post office and stationers, a very important building in the Victorian town. There we see some bookmarks, some Victorian style bookmarks, which you can of course purchase. A little bit of information on Agnes. I'm sure you can pause the video to watch that one. Another portrait of Queen Victoria. Of course, it was very important to have a portrait of the monarch in public buildings. Again, some more things that you can buy, lots of stationery you can buy, Victorian themed, some pencil cases, lots of different things to buy, pencils and such like. Oh look, calligraphy pens, wow. I'm liking all of this. Different things to look at in the cabinets. Wow, I love the feathered pens. Look. Pheasant feathers. They are amazing. I love those. And here we can see a slightly cheaper feathered pen. And I can see some decoupage. Look. Decoupage, if you don't know, is basically sticking things with glue onto other things to make boxes. So I think that's the decoupage box making kit. Wow. So like I said, this street is actually new. These are not original old buildings. God save the Queen! We are now inside the New Inn Victorian Public House. Public houses, or pubs as we call them in the UK, were incredibly popular. They have been decreasing in recent years, but this is a typical example of an old-fashioned Victorian one. And I think it's now time to go and get some lunch from the Forest Glen. The Forest Glen, light lunches and cakes and hot and cold drinks. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to look at the cakes. Wow. Oh, it's so nice in here. I'll show you properly later. Ooh, yummy. I see Victoria sponge. Okay. I'm gonna have to have a piece of the Victoria sponge. There's a selection of sandwiches and cold drinks, which I think is really, really good. And we have the hot food counter, so I'll just do a quick scan of the hot food. I can see jacket potatoes, some salad and tuna. Oh, I think I might have a jacket potato with a tuna salad.
Hiya, sorry.
Hi there.
Okay then.
Can I have a tuna jacket potato and a cup of tea, please? So I thought I would eat in rather than outside. I did get the cake. I got the Victoria sponge and a pot of tea. Ah, it looks lovely. I can't wait. I'm really ready for my tea and of course some milk as well. Okay, so the food is yummy and my cup of tea is delicious. It really is nice. The tuna's nice, the jacket potato's nice, and the salad is nice too. And of course I have salad cream. And I really can't wait for the cake. Oh. The food was absolutely delicious. The tea was really, really nice too. I'm going to pour, or rather top up my teacup. And I'm going to have a little bit of cake in a moment. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this Victoria sponge. Victoria sponge is my all-time favourite cake. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Oh. Oh, delicious. Thumbs up. I looked up and just above me, where I'm sat, is an actual photograph of the Forest Glen building in situ in its previous original location. So fun to see it in its original setting. Just before I move on after lunch, I thought I would get the map out. We are actually here where my finger is in the Forest Glen, and I just want to show you where I walked on the actual forest trail. So if we follow my finger all the way up and round down by the canal, that is where I walked. So I think I'm going to head back now to the squatter's cottage and see if it is open. Look guys, I'm on my own. I've been eating lunch pretty much on my own. I have the Forest Glen all to myself, and I just thought I would show you some of the amazing architecture. Just look at all these wooden features, all the beams.
Like here, they'll do what they want anyway, so.
Hi there.
Hi.
So this is the squatter's cottage.
It is, yes.
Wow. And who would have lived in here, do you think?
He would have been. It would have been your own cottage, so you could have had any job basically.
Right.
But in 1861, when there was 9 in here, we
Nine?
Had, 9.
Wow.
Yeah. We had Dad was a cobbler. He would have been an ex-miner, and then you've got his sons would have been down the mine.
Wow. So where was this actually from?
Little Dawley.
Whereabouts in Little Dawley, do you know?
Hollywell Lane. Burrows
Right,
Bank,
okay.
Burrows Bank End,
Right. Get ya.
and it was there till lived until 1967,
Wow.
which was would be a bit before your time, I think.
Yeah. Not too far. Wow. So this would have been the scullery, pantry?
That's your cellar.
Cellar, right. Okay.
Yeah, they've unearthed apparently at Little Dawley. They've unearthed another squatters like this. This was the bottom end of Hollywell Lane, Burrows Bank
Yeah.
End. This is the top end where they've unearthed this
Ah.
other one because they were clearing the ground.
Just
I
all
heard-
foundations
I
and
heard
things.
it on radio and that, and they've put some walls and stuff and
Right.
what have you, under the brambles and stuff. And that one was lived until 1977.
Wow.
And they're going to, this one was 67, that one was 77. And they want to preserve that one.
In situ.
Instead of moving it, they're going to leave it there and build the houses around it. So
Wow.
they're going to hopefully have it as an education
Oh, that'll be nice.
for the children.
Makes a change because they normally just knock things down
Yeah.
and.
But we were lucky we got this one
Yeah,
as it
no,
was,
it's really, really
like,
good.
you know, because the little old lady was determined she wasn't going to move unless the council gave permission for the house to come here.
Right. And so it came
Because
in.
it was stuck on the point where they wanted to widen the road, you see.
Right.
And they said she'd got to go. And she said, not blooming likely, she said, unless my house goes to the museum. 'Cause we were just starting up in the 70s, you see.
So where did she go after?
After that, she went, as far as we know, she went in a home
Right. Okay.
because it would be. When
Yeah.
she came back
I'll
to
move
see
on.
the house in the 80s, about 88. So she'd gone in a home then, but presumably she'd moved into
And then
another
came
house
back.
beforehand, so that we got the house in about some. In
That
about
must have
some-
been really strange when she came back to see it in a different
She was.
place.
She came back. She,
Yeah.
you know, she said, "I just feel like I've walked out the door and gone shopping and come home."
Wow, so they did a
Because
good
a lot
job.
of people in Little Dorley remember this house
Yeah,
because they used to come in here for cups of tea.
with her.
She'd go in their houses for cups of tea.
Wow, the old
And-
grate as well.
We had a gentleman come in one day from Little Dorley, and he
Did
stood
you?
there looking round, and he says, "There's something missing." My husband said, "What's that then?" He said, "She's got no telly."
Ah,
Right. And he said, "Well, she wouldn't have because she's not got no gas, no electric,
no,
no water."
I'm going nothing.
He said, but he said, she had a little black and white telly that she used to run off a car battery. And he says, "I know that because," he said, "my dad and the rest of the neighbours used to take turns in charging the battery for her."
That's funny.
So that's the only
Wow.
concession she had to the
She had a
to
TV.
the
It's the modern
20th
world.
century. Yeah,
Wow,
she must have been a Coronation Street fan because that was about the 60s.
wow,
Well, you see,
so interesting.
and late 50s they started bringing the portable tellies out for camping,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Mhm.
So presumably
She
that's
had
when
one.
she decided she would have one, running off a car battery.
Wow.
Probably had it sitting in that window or this window. And she said, yes, she said, "I was born in that bedroom."
Wow,
She remembers
incredible.
being, that was her mum.
My house is like 1850, so it's quite old. And when we uncovered the fireplace, we found like an old piece of grate like that. And it was,
Well, my house dates that, mine 1779.
wow,
Abraham Darby built mine. Yeah.
because mine's like an old miner's cottage, so it would have been the same
Yeah.
era as
Well,
when they built
Abraham
the Iron
Darby
Bridge.
built this row for his widows and orphans because they were doing the Iron Bridge. Well, they got no scaffolding. They're hanging on ropes. And they were doing the mortise and tenon joints on the
Wow,
bridge. You fell in that River Severn in 1700 and something. You could finish up Bristol
God.
before, you know,
that's
before you were
crazy.
found even. Or before they know you were missing.
Wow,
Obviously not now because it's all silted up.
yeah,
But when they had the boats going up and down it, you see,
Couldn't-
it kept it clean.
wow.
So you could finish up anywhere. And he lost more men in the River Severn than anywhere else.
Go down
So
to
just
Bristol.
lose your grip on the rope, you're gone.
Wow, and no insulation either. They're just solid.
You would have
solid
insulation,
walls.
you'd have the
I
light
know.
is not outside, but it would be stuffed in the brick, in the bits, and then painted,
Ah,
whitewashed over, or
right,
lime
okay.
washed or whatever. This has been lime washed. It probably would have originally been lime washed. It would have been because lime would
Yeah,
have
sure.
been that would have been toxic. But obviously later on,
Yeah.
it would have been painted with whitewash.
Wow.
It would be like wattle and daub in the.
Yeah, with like horsehair and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Wow. It's
But
incredible.
It would be no mean feat to taking it down brick by brick and be rebuilding it.
Did they number the bricks so
Yes.
it went in exactly the same place?
Photograph it as it is now. Then they go around it and number it, take it each one down and number it where it goes and what have you.
Wow.
The plan of the inside as well. And then when they took it all down, they'd have to look round where they took it from, make sure there's no archaeological bits that belong to it. And then it was transported here. It sat over there under tarpaulin for months until
Wow.
they found somewhere to either the time or somewhere
put it
to
up.
rebuild it. And then I've, because unlike a brick built house, this one you would not be able to put a lump of that somewhere else. It's got to go exactly where you take it from.
Yeah.
You're building a brick one,
Mm.
rebuilding a brick one, you can get away with
It's
putting
easier,
bricks
yeah.
in the odd place. But not with this, you've got to do
No.
them exactly.
It's like a
otherwise it
jigsaw
wouldn't fit.
puzzle, isn't it?
So it must have
It's
took,
like a jigsaw.
must have took them a year or two to take it down.
Wow.
Because you've got to, they'd have to.
Are all the timbers original as well?
No, the timber's original, but the roof would have been turf
Mm-hmm.
or,
Oh, turf.
or
Okay.
leaves or what, branches or whatever. The floor would have been a dirt floor.
Wow.
And where you've got your bricks here, they would have been a later addition because the wall went from there down that way and then round and up that way.
Okay.
So that bit there would have been intended to be a pantry, but they put the bit in afterwards.
Right.
But we
Okay.
don't know how long after. It might have been the same day, it might have been 3 or 4 days. We
Yeah.
don't think when it could have been years.
Wow.
And again, because it was lived in from 1820 something or other till 1967, it could have been each
Mm.
family do it,
A little bit.
each generation that moved in it like.
Wow.
Because there's no record of when it was finished like it is.
Wow.
But we do know what it would have looked like with the turf and dirt floor.
That'd be interesting.
We know they were done because we know it was originally,
Yeah.
from history and that, we know it was originally the turf and the dirt floor.
Wow.
And we know that this was originally stone because the fireplace, being stone, burnt away quick. So
Right.
then they had to redo it with brick.
Okay.
So it was originally
Stone, but then redone.
which says it wasn't quite done at the same time.
No.
But it wasn't done as when they built the house. They built it originally of stone, so that would have been
Well, yeah.
altered. So was the rest of it done at the same time as the fireplace, or
Yeah, it's
whatever?
hard to say.
But that's
isn't
the
it?
only thing we haven't got to.
Yeah.
We started
Have a
here.
look in the bedroom.
It was 77, 67 bedrooms then. And some
9
of it was
children.
offices, yeah, I bet knowing management, they mixed the 7 and the 6 up. They put 6 instead of 7.
Yeah, probably just that.
And because of that, there's a lot of the stuff saying, look, we've lived until 77. But I've had people come in here and they've been told that, and then they've come to me and they've said, how
Hello. And how are you doing? I managed to go into the squatter's cottage. Like I said, I was hoping that it would be open. It just opened a little bit later. So anyway, we got to see it and we got some amazing information from that lady. She was really, really lovely. And yes, I hope you enjoyed all of that information. Hello, and we are back in my house. Unfortunately, my power went, so I wasn't able to get any more footage. However, I had finished at that point, and I'll just show you where I was. So when you last saw me, I was here, right on this path here. And all I was going to do is walk all the way along here, all the way back up the hill, back by the bank, which is here, and then back out into the part where I came out in the first place, where the little coffee shop was. So, unfortunately, the battery did die on me. But, like I said, I had luckily finished, and we did get to see the squatter's cottage, which is all the way there at number 52. Hello! So, I thought that I would close out the vlog properly. We are, of course, home. I am so sorry that my battery died. Well, it wasn't actually my battery. It was the cord that connects my external battery pack to my phone. The cord frayed just where it joins the bit that you plug in. So that's what died. But anyway, all that I was going to do, literally at that point where the camera died, was I was going to go back up the hill and just film myself going back up the hill and having a general walk. And I was going to film a little bit in the gift shop, which I didn't get to do. But I really would like to go back to Bliss Hill in the summertime, in the spring or summer, to go and see the fair, to ride the incline lift. There's a few things I didn't get to do that I would love to do. So hopefully I will get to go back at some point. Also, they do special events like Halloween events and Christmas and steampunk events. It really, really is good. So do go and check out their website. And if you are, of course, in the area, it is well worth a visit. So I did actually go to the gift shop and I bought something. So this is the gift shop bag, and it's still wrapped up. I'm so excited because I have been after one of these for a very long time. I've looked online and I couldn't quite find the right thing. I found it at Bliss Hill. So, can you guess what it is? Long and thin. Okay, let's remove it. By the way, they wrapped it up beautifully for me. Wow, it's a Victorian parasol, a sun parasol. Those of you that watch my vlogs will know that I film a lot in my garden, and I have been after an old-fashioned sun parasol for so long. Let's just move back. This is just perfect. It will keep me in shade all summer. I will not get burnt. It's amazing. I just love the detail. Just look at this. It's truly amazing. I am in love with my new Victorian parasol. It's amazing. So like I said, please do go and check out their website, and if you are in the area, do pay them a visit. It is well worth a trip. Now, if you would like to see me do more of these on-location British trips and excursions, then please give this video a big old thumbs up and let me know in the comment section where you would like to see me go. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media and also hit that notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all, goodbye.